Cole Palmer hate is an illness, guys. And I've been waiting so long to do a video in this sort of format. And it feels like today is the right day to do it. Because, as you guys shouldn't be surprised to see, Cole Palmer's won yet another individual award. Shock, horror, Cole Palmer things in it. This time, it's the England Player of the Year award. All of this in his breakout season, which is absolutely sensational. But, of course, all these individual awards don't come without their critics, without people moaning and crying and saying, oh, why didn't this guy win it? Oh, why didn't that guy win it? And all of this crap. Cool. We're going to debunk it all in today's video. Before we start, as always, don't forget to hit the like button as you guys enter the video. Subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. We are on the road to 100k and it's going to be a long ass trip. So every single subscriber counts. Get involved, hit the sub button, hit the bell notification button as well. If you want to be the first to know whenever we release any new content. Well done, Lewis. And yeah, great to be back. Great to be back. Big up to every single one of you. So, let's get into the big news. Well, I say the big news. It's already been out for a day or two, but we're reacting to everybody moaning about it, and we're going to explain why Cole Palmer won this award. So, Cole Palmer has won England's Men's Player of the Year. And this was a fan vote that I think was mixed with player votes as well. And for this, all players would have had to have played 50% or more of senior fixtures between September 2023 and July 2024. Palmer just scraped into contention, playing 52.9% of England's games in that time period. And Gareth Southgate really tried to stop Cole Palmer from being eligible to this award. But even in spite of his terrorism, Cole Palmer managed to persevere and he managed to show levels. And guess what? People are crying and people are moaning. And guys, take one guess what fan base is doing the most crying. I'll leave it to you guys in the comment section, but I'm also going to go and spoil it for you in that time period as well. It's the Arsenal. It's always the Arsenal. It's always the Arsenal fans. They're always the ones moaning and crying about all of this. Oh, but 318 minutes. It's wild. It's crazy. Why did he win it? Why did he win it? First off, it was a fan vote. I think mix of players as well. You guys can let me know in the comment section. And number one, who else outright deserved to win it? Who else outright? Because, like, I'm going to meet Arsenal fans halfway. I can see the argument for why Saka would have won it. But for the Madrid fans that I'm going to get into later on in the video as well, I could hear the argument for Bellingham too. But I mean, I could also hear the argument for Palmer. Because this is also... it's kind of a little bit about club as well. And they have seen him be a breakout star, not just for club, but for country as well. You got to remember, throughout the Euros tournament, everybody was screaming and crying and moaning for Cole Palmer to get more minutes because we were seeing Bellingham and Foden and Kane just stink out the entire tournament because Southgate decided, I have to play all of them. I have to play all of them. They're all big names. We must play all three of them. It doesn't matter if they're all dropping 4 out of 10s at the same time and this is on a good day for the 3 of them. They all have to play. The whole nation was begging for Cole Palmer to play and there is a reason for it. Number one, they saw everything that he did for Chelsea last season, especially under that terrorist Pochettino, dragged us through the Poch era. And then whenever he came off the bench, he was showing levels in limited minutes. And we're going to act like he has no right to the award? What are we talking about? Like, this guy, even in spite of having limited minutes, was one of England's most important players in the entire tournament. This is the guy who got the assist in the semi-final. This is the guy who came on in the final and scored in about 2 minutes. And we're going to act like, oh no, he shouldn't have got the award. This is wild. This is ridiculous. No, it's not. And it's not just Rory as well. There's a bunch of other people moaning and complaining. How is this possible when he didn't start in any single match in the Euros? Because he was still that vital in spite of it. And again, yep, typical Arsenal Avi. Who else is there? How? Because Jude or Saka deserve it more. Shout out to Igal, but I am not surprised to see him here. They don't deserve it more. They literally don't. Cole Palmer's had a better individual season than the pair of them. He's had a better individual year than the pair of them. And he was as important to winning the Euros, to getting to the final as Jude or Saka, if not even more. Maybe if he started, maybe England would have actually had a Euros. How about that? How about that? Shout out to the Chelsea in the chat as always. Another one talking about Jude robbed. Please have some shame. Saka robbed. What's Cole Palmer done that Saka didn't? Let me show you. Let me show you. There you are. There you are. Typical. Everyone just being victims. I can't believe Wellbeast is being one of the more logical ones, but fair enough. Fair enough. And then we got an Arsenal fan trying to bring looks into it because, like, that's all Arsenal fans know. They don't know how to talk ball. They just know how to talk aura and attractiveness and sexy FC and all this other crap. But then, like, that's not even the stupidest one. That's not even the stupidest one. We have Arsenal fans trying to run the race narrative. Man's trying to run the race narrative. And said they were waiting for a white boy to come good. Excuse, huh? His dad's literally black. His dad is literally black. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then, like, I think quoted him, and then he tried to quote me back saying it's not even about Saka, but here we are. I'm talking about lucky you, your star boy is white. Anything to try and be a victim, because that's all Arsenal fans know how to do, which is just to be a victim. And then I see people moaning about Bellingham deserving the award. And I get it, like, he has an argument. He has an argument, but I also just don't even believe it's fully valid as an argument anyway. So Palmer had a better individual season than Bellingham for club and country last season. Yes. Yes, he literally did. He literally did. Look, they had to go from number 2, cut off from 7, and go all the way to 39 to get Bellingham's goal involvement. I didn't even clock it went all the way to 39. I thought that was still going down from 7. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. All Bellingham's argument is for Cole Palmer is literally just trophies. And if you want to have the trophy argument, have the trophy argument. I don't mind that. But it's just that. Don't talk to me about him being better individually throughout the season, because he wasn't. He was good first half of last season, tailed off towards the end of last season, and in the Euros, he stunk. In the Euros, he was stinky. He has an argument to have been one of England's worst players. People just won't have that argument because he scored in the first game of the tournament and he bagged a last-minute overhead kick, because that's what truly matters, not the 94-minute disaster class that he was dropping before that overhead kick. Cole Palmer definitely has an argument to have been more effective in the Euros than Jude Bellingham. Saka, I'll give Saka. He had a very good tournament. He was one of England's standout players. That's why I say, like, I can hear the argument for Saka, but I can also hear the argument for Cole Palmer. Like, I saw Danny Murphy as well. He commented on this. He said, I love Cole Palmer. He's my favorite player. World beater in the making. But Jude Bellingham was the best player last year for England. He was the most important by a mile. How? How? This guy was actively holding the country back for numerous games. Like, Jude Bellingham had moments. He did not have good games. He had moments. But we need to stop being delusional about this whole crap. Because it wasn't an amazing tournament, a standout tournament for him. He was getting cooked on the daily. He was getting cooked on the daily. What are we talking about? So I don't hear none of this. And then also we got a typical I can't beat Cole Palmer when it comes to stats, so I'm gonna start cooking his appearance because that's all that we really understand, and because this woman probably wants Jude Bellingham in a way that I'm probably not going to describe because I don't want to get demonetized. But the fact is, I hear the argument for Saka, I hear the argument for Palmer, I hear the argument for Bellingham. But if we take it to an individual basis, Cole Palmer is dunking on the pair of them. Although Saka, I will again admit, he did have a very good tournament. So fair play to him. He might have had a stronger argument than Jude did. But so did Palmer. So stop your crying. Stop your crying. Cole Palmer deserves the award. And that's that. Like, hell, Saka, go win a trophy next season. Then maybe you can go win the award again. Like, you've won it twice anyway. It is what it is. Cole Palmer was the breakout star for England last year. Individually, in a club level, and at country level. So he deserves this award. Cry more, cry later, go to sleep, wake up, and cry again some more after the fact. Simple as that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. It's been great to be back doing another video on the channel. And yeah, enjoy the international break, people. Big up everybody. And Palmer again. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.